The following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
Disruption Network and First Source Federal Credit Union have teamed up to help support the Central New York Veterans Outreach Center, Sunday, April 28th from noon till 4 p.m. Located at the Veterans Outreach Center, 726 Washington Street in Utica. There will be food, live entertainment, raffles, live podcasting from the D, and an appearance by Audie from the Utica Comets. We are looking for donations of clothes, non-perishable food items, furniture, toiletries, hygiene products, or a minimal cash donation of $5 at the door day of event. All ages are welcome. For more information on donation, drop-off locations, and entertainment lineup, please check out DisruptionNetwork.net. Disrupting Hunger, Sunday, April 28th, brought to you by First Source Federal Credit Union.
Tax season is here, and First Source wants to help you be prepared. Our friends at Furley, Moran, Freer, and ESA have given us some great tax tips to share. Read the blog at fsource.org for helpful answers to your tax questions and feel better prepared before you file. First Source members can also receive a discount on TurboTax software. Be ready for tax season with help from your friends. File smarter, live smarter with First Source. Membership requirements apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, baseball fans, are you counting down the days to opening day? Well, Disruption Network has you covered. The Baseline, the D's own baseball podcast, is back with Season 2 and all new episodes all season long. Sunday nights, 7:30 p.m. on the D. Get your baseball fix as JP and SPG run down the news and notes around Major League Baseball. Get fantasy tips, player rankings, team previews, interviews, and more. You can catch the Baseline and all of Disruption Network's programming by checking out DisruptionNetwork.net, Apple Podcast, Google Play, YouTube, Facebook, and Stitcher. Keep it inside the Baseline all season long, only on the D.
Hey, it's Cassidy, and you're listening to Disruption Network.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broken everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when 3 top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish, and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
The Disruption Network is making moves. For upcoming events, news, interviews, and new daily programming, keep in the loop with us at DisruptionNetwork.net. Like, follow, and subscribe to all our social media. And check out all our podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Get up on the D, DisruptionNetwork.net.
Welcome to EC Radio Podcast. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for joining the Disruption team, and we hope that you will support all of our sponsors. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this program.
Disruption Networks.
The wisecracks are going to be flowing today. I can feel it. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, folks. I need a volume, man. There we go. We are so deaf. That's what happens when you've been around the music scene as long as the three of us have been around. You become deaf, you lose your hearing, and now we have to have everything cranked in our headphones right now. What's up, everybody? It's EC Radio. How are you? Greetings and salutations. You can follow along on all Disruption Network social media platform, and then it's rolled up into a nice little ball of podcast love that lives at DisruptionNetwork.net. I want to give some love and respect out to my sponsors, Utica Coffee. Thank you so much, Utica Coffee, for always filling my cup up with some deliciousness. Today I'm drinking the peanut butter cup coffee. It's tasty, man. Don't look at me like that. Don't judge me.
Me too.
I can see the judgment right now in your eyes, Maurice. I can see it.
Just black.
Come on, man. It's black. It's definitely black. It's good. It's absolutely delicious. Wake the hell up, Utica. WakeTheHellUp.com. Also, much love out to Saranac, EJA Moving, First Source Federal Credit Union, and our friends over at Nye Volkswagen in Rome. Yeah, gentlemen. Yeah, Colt 45.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That was left over from yesterday, actually. A lot of debauchery happens in the studio.
I guess.
Maurice, Sean Sullivan hanging out with us. Fondue is the name of the band they got going these days. But you might remember them, such bands as the Electric Chick Magnets and Dracula Jones and Professional Victims. And, man, there were so many bands you guys have been a part of. Paper Ship was another one, right?
Never heard of any of them.
No.
Dustin Dwyer Band, Methodist Bells, Greg Yeti and the Best Lights. Oh, my God.
And it goes on and on.
It doesn't stop, yeah.
What a scene, though, right? Back in the day?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Do you remember any of it? Right.
The stuff I do, I wish I didn't. And then, that's just how it works, I guess.
Mm-hmm. What did they say? If you remember it, you really weren't there.
Yeah.
Right? It's all a blur. All of it, absolutely. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming down, driving all the way down. Maurice posted on my Instagram the other day. He goes, "I'm not coming unless there's cannolis."
Well, there is. Every time I see the show, there's a cannoli involved, and I'm just like, well, if I'm driving there, I'm hoping that he's going to take care of us, set us up. And you did. You totally did.
Is that a racial slur against Italians
supposed to give
right
it
now?
to him after the show.
Are you profiling me right now?
It's so funny. Yeah.
It's true, though. We do have a lot of freaking cannolis. In fact, just the other day, I was just telling you guys the story. My friend Nicole Kozer just dropped off cannolis the other day. People just drop food off a lot, so I'm blessed, and to live in Utica too. And man, you grew up in this area, man.
I did. I went to Notre Dame, man. So yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yep. So yes,
this just changed the whole diagram of the show right now. You're one of those.
Yeah.
You're a Catholic schoolboy.
I sure am.
This all makes total sense now.
Yeah. Notre Dame was different back then, though, man. I swear to God, it was like we were like all the people that got thrown out of public school. Like that's where we had to go, So that was it. It was either that or you just didn't go to school. So we had a lot of troublemakers.
I can't believe did you graduate?
Yeah.
From Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you graduate?
Did I graduate?
I just thought he left and joined the Syracuse music scene at the tender age of 16.
Well, yeah.
He left Deansboro with a guitar strapped to his back. And
Deansboro. That's right.
I feel like you're Deansboro's forgotten son.
Oh, I totally am. It's messed up. Deansboro, they had a real hard time with me, with long hair and stuff like that. It was, I was definitely the only guy with earrings, long hair, skinny, and just didn't care, I didn't want to know nothing about farming or anything like that. Just say, give me a guitar, I'm gonna party.
I'm gonna party, and you did.
I did a little bit.
You did. When did you two meet up?
93.
Yeah,
93.
He came down from Messina. We went to OCC together, and he was my first roommate, or I was his first roommate in Syracuse.
We had bunk beds.
Yeah, we had bunk beds. I was on top.
Oh yeah, you were up top.
I was on top. Yeah, that was a couple of instances there that were a little shaky. That was that bunk bed, that exact bunk bed I saw later, was recalled and because people had collapsed on people, and there was and sometimes it was like me and somebody else on that bunk bed on the top. This guy could have died. So it was a shaky situation. We had this little tiny apartment that we paid way too much for.
In the tender year of 1993.
Yeah.
And did you guys start playing music right off the bat too, or?
Originally.
I started the Chick Magnets right around that same time, maybe 6 months, 8 months later. But Sean didn't get into the Chick Magnets until a year and a half or so after that. So.
Okay.
But
what's the original Chick Magnet lineup?
Yeah, well, the very original, when we started playing out and stuff like that, was Dan Mutzglau, who is the guitar player for Flashing Astonishers right now and lead singer or whatever. Ian Purdy was the drummer, and he owns a place, a bar down in North Carolina. And then there's John Peluso from the Booty Foundation. Everybody knows him. He stole the idea. My brother, Greg Marsh, and see who else? Me. That's it.
Also, JT was the original singer?
He was the original singer that we had somebody that we were playing with, rehearsing with.
Did he gig with you?
JT?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no, that's what made disco popular was Stylene's was the Electric Chick Magnets first, and then the Booty Foundation took over. When we started, we had 800 people at Stylene's, which was ridiculous. It was unheard of. And then we were doing it, and he was stealing money. He was stealing money.
Oh damn.
Oh yeah, and kind of got found out. And then instead of throwing him out, we were telling him, "Hey, you got to stop that." Meanwhile, he was putting together another band to just take over our nights, and he tried to steal the name and everything like that. But Michael Haggerty from Stylene's said, "No, we're not going to let you do that to those guys. You're going to have to come up at least with another name. You're going to steal their night anyways." And then we moved over to Atlantis and other stuff.
And the legend continues.
Oh, yeah,
Because the Atlantis, every Saturday night, you couldn't touch that place for about 4 years in a row, right?
Yeah. It was
actually
probably if not
East
longer.
LA before that.
It was East LA before that.
We used to pack that place every week.
Yeah, there was, but yeah, Atlantis was those were our, high water mark. I love that place. I had so much fun in that place. There was
anything in there right now?
Yeah, it's a construction company parking lot, basically.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
All right.
Which sucks but it was, I mean, I have, like I said, I still drive by it and just get a little goosebumps, thinking about stuff that happened there, Joe Finelli we were talking about Joe Finelli earlier, Joe Finelli got his nose busted right out front. There's still probably blood on the side of that building.
That was my fault.
That was his fault.
Wait a minute. How do you just not tell this story? Who would want to punch Joe Finelli in the first place?
Right? Except for me because of the shirt.
As short as I can, but Joe was driving that night. We had the night off, so we're like, let's go here because we know everybody. We'll get free drinks, and we got a lot of free drinks, and we got,
two free money.
Yeah, two free money, exactly. And on the way out, somebody hit. Joe was driving me, and somebody punched his van, and he had an old beat up, van. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, no, fuck that. Get out of the car. And it was hip hop night. We were I think the only two white guys there, and it didn't work out too well for either one of us, but. My nose wasn't broke, so I made it out pretty good.
But
that drunk Irish temper, huh?
Yeah. So I'm pulling out. I'm dating this girl from Oswego, super hot little girl. Anyways, she's driving. So we pull around the corner because we're all leaving at the same time. But I was parked in the front, and I pull around. I see Joe Finelli and him surrounded by all these guys, and I'm like, oh. So I jump out of the car, and I run into the center. And somebody just hits me and freaking boom. And the bouncers that were there that were trying to keep the peace grabbed me because I was tiny then. Grabbed me, pulled me over to the side. And the girl comes up and I get back in the car, drive away. Somebody jumps on the back of her car, smashes out her back window with his fist. I'm like, oh my God.
It was mayhem.
It was bad.
All because I just couldn't let it go.
Couldn't let it go.
So I learned that night, even when you're right, sometimes it's best just keep on rolling.
It was it wasn't like somebody slapped the back side of the van, and he has to get out and be like, hey, what the fuck?
I remember the only thing that saved us really was the security. We knew this.
Yeah.
Saw this huge guy. He's like, "Get out of here!" I'm trying.
I'm trying, man.
I had like 6 people around me.
But meanwhile, Joe did the right thing, and he gets out of the truck, and he's like, just trying to and he gets hit, and blood. There was blood on the wall of Atlantis from his nose because he got hit hard.
Oh,
he was not happy.
And who would hit him? If you know Joe Finelli, you love Joe Finelli.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Since we're talking
we all ended
about
up in the hospital that night. I just remember that.
Yeah, I had a broken hand.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Except for you.
I was just there. We're just checking on these guys. Yeah, the guy who basically kind of started it, walked out unscathed. I took some punches, but
yeah, you did. Yeah.
You took your lickings. Yeah. Since we're bringing up Joe Finelli, you were talking about his T-shirts.
Yeah. So I'm like on Instagram or whatever, and like I haven't talked to Joe. Utica, Syracuse sometimes seems like it's a million miles away. And I see the shirt on his Instagram, and it's not him wearing it, but it's like one of his workers or whatever, one of the guys that works for him. And it says, "Quality sound since 1999. And all I could think of was, God damn it, when did he start doing sound for us? I'm pretty sure it was like 97, because like...
If not sooner.
Yeah, it might have been sooner.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was just like, this is like... Because Joe Finelli was in the Chick Magnets in 98, and he was definitely doing sound then. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, what the fuck was I paying for? No, seriously, like, if you started doing quality sound in 1999, what the fuck was I getting? Because we were paying good prices. Anyways, I got to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
Let's call him.
Well, that's when he went legal.
It's when he went legal.
Right?
Yeah, I suppose.
That's when he went corporate Joe Finelli.
Yeah, corporate Joe. Corporate Joe. Yeah, well...
Somebody get him on the phone.
Maybe I would have rather have dealt with corporate Joe if I had the quality sound.
No, but if you think, I mean, as long as I can remember, the guy's been doing sound.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, yeah, he was always. I've known Joe for so long, and I couldn't even tell you how I met him or anything like that. But yeah, when I needed sound or Chick Magnets needed sound, anytime back. Well before 1999 is what my point is, It was always, I'll call Joe, see what's up. And he's also the nicest guy in the world, so.
Yeah, he was your go-to guy.
Don't try to praise him now.
It's too late.
So what made you guys put fondue together? Just because Des came back and you just felt like doing the disco thing again, or, the old vibrations came back?
We didn't so much feel like doing the disco thing. Yeah, it was more. We liked it. We had fun. Yeah, it was really just because he was coming back and he was asking about it, and then we were kind of like, oh, yeah, well, it's been a while. Let's try it. And
dust off the shoes.
Yeah, it didn't work out so well.
Not with Odd.
It wasn't so much with the playing. The getting along, bringing up the whole old dynamics.
Part of it is that like him and I. We're like looking at it like, yeah, this will be a lot of fun. Sean and I are we're gonna do it. We're gonna have a great time. But he's moving back from Minnesota with 4 kids, a wife that was basically not working, 2 dogs, and like a beat up car and stuff like that. And he was in it for the money, And when you have 2 guys that are looking at like, we're trying to bring the party back, and one guy is like, I need the paycheck, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, when you're not all on the same page.
Right.
That's tough. And then you guys know from being in bands for so long, you're in a relationship with everybody for as many times. I mean, that's why you guys click so well, because you know each other so well.
Well, we figured if we got rid of half the band, maybe this could work. Because now I sequence all the drums and the bass, and my father-in-law, who's an amazing keyboardist, Jimmy Cox, played all the keys and the horns and stuff. So it's the 2 guitars and the vocals. We couldn't even get it to work with half the band. So it's strange now, actually. We've kind of been doing a workaround where Ashley Cox, my wife, has been doing the vocals, and we're getting back some of the other members and doing more of a full live band thing. We got Jay back on bass, and we've been talking with the drummer about doing. So we may go out and do the full band experience thing again and try that out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Good. We play a show, you might want to make it to it because it could be the last one.
And every show could be the last show.
You never know what you're going to get.
Stacy wants to know where's Puddin'.
Puddin's working.
Puddin sits in once in a while.
Yeah, he does sit in with us, and he's working at Citronelle. He's the head chef at Citronelle downtown now.
Who's Puddin'?
Puddin's my brother.
Oh, Greg. Okay, Greg. I gotcha. I didn't know that's his nickname, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Antonio Puddin' Love. First he cooks and then he chills.
So I hear Miss Waterman over here is the keeper of these pictures too.
I knew this was going to come up. And
she's going to take him to the grave with her, unfortunately.
They're not flattering pictures, all right? Because, I really didn't know anything about the whole fluffing thing or anything. I was...
and was it cold that day?
All right, so hold on.
Let's rewind and tell the story.
Okay. Stacy, at this point, was working for David Resnick.
Okay.
And David's like, we need a press kit. And he kept saying it and stuff. So he's like, look I'm going to hire a photographer. And you guys go take photos. And then we'll get this thing together. We're going to be able to get some great gigs from it, corporate gigs. So we're like, yeah, all right, sounds awesome. So he sends us to Laura Brazak. Do you know Laura?
Very well.
Right, of course.
Very well.
So Laura's first thing that she does to us is grabs us a couple bottles of wine, Here, you guys need to loosen up and stuff like that. And somewhere along the line, I don't know if it was me or who, but I came up the idea. It's like, hey, David's going to get these pictures. I want the first 10 of them to be us naked, So that way he thinks that he paid for a photo shoot, and he gets the photos, and he's opening them up, and there we are, just like...
Whose idea was this?
I think it was mine. I don't really remember.
I'm pretty sure it was his idea.
Wine does, huh? That's what wine does to him.
Yeah. So we take these photos and everything like that, and we weren't planning it. So, obviously, we got the 70s freaking pube bush and everything like that. Everything is not looking...
The orange shag carpet.
Yeah. So everything is not really, it's not flattering, We were just doing it as a joke, But, so a couple days later... We go in to talk to David again, and he hasn't seen the photos yet. He doesn't know anything about it. He's like, hey, how'd it go? Oh, it went fucking awesome, Dave. I'm telling you, you're going to like these photos. This. And he was just like, okay, well, that's great, Maurice. I'm really looking forward to it. Anyways, he gets them. And Stacy said that it was the first photo is we can't use this. What the fuck is going on? We can't use this. What the fuck did these guys do? And he gets finally to the 10th photo, and they start actually being cool pictures that he could use. But I thought it was hilarious. I go into Stacy's office about 10 years later, and she's got on the wall one of the photos, but with us blurred out, it's a big X over it and stuff like that.
Big?
Yeah, well, she has X's. They're X's. That's all they are, okay? So I'm just like, oh, God, you have those, huh? She's just like, yeah. I used to torture Stacy, though. Back then, I was able to do that to her, and she would, we'd call up all the time. They were always looking for their money from us. Yeah, we'll come down. She's like, you should come down now. Dave Resnick's daughter's here. It's like, I'm on my way.
That was the bait, huh? She's always baiting with poontang.
The only way he would probably go down there, because I was usually the one going down there to make payments.
I hated paying people.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So, but there are these pictures still kicking around.
Oh
too,
yeah, no, and Stacey has definitely.
She said she's taking them to the grave with her.
Oh, good for her.
Because I asked her to drop them today. I did. I was like, I know you got these pictures, and she's like, no, I'm taking them to the grave with me. So you got a great friend in Stacey Waterman.
I love Stacey. I always
absolutely, me too.
She's always the best.
Hilarious. One day they'll get released.
I hope not.
It's like they're not too flattering. That's
no, they are not. They really aren't.
It was a cold winter day in Syracuse.
It was, yeah, it was just not good. I mean, I didn't know anything about grooming, anything.
You played a naked show before, too.
Did you?
Yeah.
We played a few.
Back before the interweb.
Now, when you say naked show, like fully on naked or underwear naked or?
Just no underwear, no. You can't do that. We used to have, in the Chick Magnets when we first started, we would do naked parties. And it was like the guys were required to wear a belt. That was it. You had to have a belt and shoes on, But No, none of that stuff. And it was just like we'd always be like naked.
He would have usually a boa with
sometimes a boa, a shirt. Yeah, we got guitars to cover stuff and everything,
Yeah.
Or well, I mean, we almost got the guy from the Buckout Brewery in Oswego arrested because of it. Because cops came, there was like a guy out front saying, pointing at me, going, "I'm gonna kill you! You disrespected my fiance." And the cops like looking at me, and I'm just like, "He just threatened my life. Who cares if I was, naked or whatever?"
Trying to diffuse the situation.
You're a predator. It was pre-predator days, right?
But we were, it was a different time then.
It was. We had a lot of fun back in the day. How many singers you guys go through? Then you first told me JT, and then Dez was after that.
JT, Dez, yep. And
Borgia.
Like Borgia?
Well, no, before Borgia was Joe Sweet.
I thought Sweet was after Borgia.
No, because Borgia took over for Sweet.
Okay.
There was a point there where they were both singing together.
Okay. Yeah.
Joe Sweet was my favorite. I know he's you're obviously big friends and everybody.
Yeah, he's family. But
right.
The thing is, that was I can barely remember. It's like my blackout years. But him too. It was his blackout years. If you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Like the kid couldn't get it together. We were like fucked up.
Yeah.
We were always fucked up.
No.
Yeah. But he had the cue cards, remember?
No, the cue cards. But like I've said this, so many times. I learned so much from Joe. Because he was so smart. He'd go out there before the show and place beers strategically around the stage. And I was just like, that is brilliant. There's no way I should have to walk all the way over to that other side, to my side of the stage, when I'm over here to get a beer. I should just have one here for me, And he would do that. And I was just like, I love Joe so much.
Me too.
I love that guy.
The things you can learn from Joe. Now, what you can learn from Joe now is the CBD explosion that's going on. It's saving my life. It really is. It's helping a lot. I
have to get down there because my stepfather asked me to pick some of that up for him. I need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and Joe does, man. He's become like a master of it, and he sells a high-quality product. I have very, very bad arthritis in my right foot, and no more.
Really?
I take a big old drop, and every day I don't even feel it.
Really?
And then if I don't take it for a couple days, I'll feel it. It'll come back on me, but somehow it masks the pain.
Definitely got to talk to him.
Plant medicine, brother. We believe in plant medicine. I love it. Yeah, and then Borgia was after Joe.
Yeah, Mike Borgia was after Joe.
I always loved Borgia's voice. He always had a great voice, right?
It's funny. I'm playing a show with him in April 23rd.
Are you?
At Funk and Waffles in Syracuse.
Now, is he playing with a band or acoustic?
We're doing it, I believe most of it's acoustic, but I think some of it, he has some guest people sitting in and stuff too. So, yeah. Nice. We didn't really talk for about almost 12 years. And over the last few months, I played a show, Professional Victims, one of my bands, played with him in New York City at Arlene's Grocery in January. So we just kind of reconnected, and he said he was coming up here to play and asked me to play with him. So anybody in the Syracuse area, April 23rd.
That's awesome, man. It's crazy. The power of social media, too, reconnecting with everybody, too.
It wasn't so much social media.
No.
I guess there was I don't know what it was, but maybe some forgiveness.
Oh, I got you.
It wasn't like we lost touch with each other.
I got you.
I haven't forgiven him.
No, you're still out.
I'm still out.
So was Borgia the end of the Magnets, though?
No, then we had D. Remember? We had Dolores, the female singer.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
And that was the end.
And that was the end?
Yeah.
That's when you hit the wall?
If you don't feel cool doing what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it, you know? I mean, and it was just like, oh, this is like such a job, and I feel like I'm getting dressed up for this, and I'm not having fun anymore. So, yeah.
When did it stop being fun?
Right, probably about 6 months before I ended it. Like, it was New Year's of 2000 where I was just like, we're calling it. And everybody was like, no, we're making money, we're doing this and we're doing that. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do it anymore, and it's my band, so we're done.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. Yeah.
What a great run, though.
Yeah. I mean, and we did a couple trips to Hawaii, after, so that's pretty cool, But
are you good with T?
I love T.
Oh, okay. Because you mentioned Hawaii, I think T.
Oh no, yeah, T was brought us out there twice.
Uh-huh.
No, T's like family to me.
All right, great. All right.
I love him. Absolutely. I actually just
Isn't he back, or did he come? Because he comes back in the summertime. I know he was working with us at the fair.
He's back right now. He's back for a few weeks, and then he was supposed to go out on the Stones tour.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's going to happen now that that's postponed.
It's done. They pretty much canceled everything.
I know. I was supposed to go to Philly for it. I have tickets for Philly.
Yeah, bummer. Mick Jagger having heart surgery.
Oh, is that what it was? Heart surgery?
Yeah, that's what's happened. He's having heart surgery, so they pretty much called it. Ozzy, too. Ozzy is really sick right now, too, and they're postponing all his dates, too. But I thought last year was his last tour. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was at it.
I was at it. Hopped the fence to get closer and stuff. It was nice.
Was it good?
Great show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, great show. He was awesome.
Yeah, he's still bringing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's 70 years old.
Serious, you know? I saw him Bark at the Moon tour. Oh, my God, that was so long ago, you know?
Where'd you see that, in Syracuse?
That was at the War Memorial, and I think it was, it might have been the Landmark. I don't know. It was in Syracuse, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. And then our friend Pete was like, Motley Crue opened up, and I'm just like, is that right? I don't even remember. I don't even remember if Motley Crue opened up. I was so Ozzy then, though.
You'd remember.
I would. I think they might have, though.
Did you see the Motley Crue movie?
Yeah. Dirt, yeah.
What'd you guys think?
I liked it. I mean...
Yeah, it was okay.
We both said, like, after that they had some of the stuff mixed up, the timeline stuff.
The timeline was so screwed up.
Yeah.
A lot of screw up in the timeline. And a lot of those stories were over Hollywood, and some of them weren't even real.
Well, yeah.
It's like, but if you're the producers on it, if you're Tommy, Vince, Nick, and those guys, like, why are you over Hollywooding it? You know what I mean? Why are you telling these stories? They even admit in the movie this did not happen, but we decided to throw it in the movie anyways.
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
Stick to the movie. Did you read the book?
I didn't read the book. No.
I did not read
the book is incredible.
Yeah.
It really is. It's just debauchery all the way through, and all these crazy stories. How are you going to put 20 years or 30 years of Motley Crue into a 2-hour movie? You can't. Yeah. That needs to be like a mini series, right? It needs to be a mini series or something like that. But the Ozzy scene was incredible, though, right?
Yeah.
If they do an Ozzy movie, that needs to be a mini series because they could be like 5-6 different seasons if you think about it. You have the Black Sabbath years and then the Randy Rhoads years, and imagine if they did one on Ozzy. And that guy who did Ozzy in the Motley Crue movie needs to be.
Yeah, he was good.
He was incredible.
He was good.
It was really good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was cool that they got some of those stories documented with Motley Crue, but they should have done that way different.
I agree.
They should have done it way different. Like, maybe get the Breaking Bad producers or Martin Scorsese to produce it or something like that. Really give it more realism instead of I don't know. Why are you telling these stories?
They're always,
it was all, I mean, Nikki Sixx,
you know what it's going to be when... They're never really.
How did they sign off to that, though?
Nikki Sixx wrote the book, right? I mean,
they kind of all did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they each kind of have like their own memoirs to it. Nikki Sixx wrote the Heroin Diaries.
Okay.
But they all kind of have like their own piece of the dirt.
I see.
Yeah.
Because I really thought that like it was very unflattering for like Tommy Lee and Vince.
Vince, it must have been so hard for Vince Neil to watch that movie.
Yeah.
It must have been super. He probably hasn't watched it.
Yeah.
Just to relive the shit that he's gone through. He's gone through a lot of shit.
The I Killed Razzle stuff. Yeah, absolutely, man.
And then the daughter stuff.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And that whole timeline was screwed up, too. Like that whole timeline of Vince Neil's...
No mention of the Vince Neil solo project at all.
Yeah, or Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
There was no Pamela... I mean, there's a whole movie right there. Just
really?
on her.
Serious?
Just those years. And, I don't know. They kind of screwed it up. I thought they could have done much better with that. But, it was cool that the movie got documented and it's out there. And now you're starting to see all these bands going to start doing it, because I hear, like, the Sex Pistols are going to be next.
Okay.
Or, of course, the Queen one's out, and there's just going to be all these movies coming out from all these bands.
It's like superhero movies now.
Yeah, they had...
It's going to be over-flooded.
Right.
I like the Dewey Cox story. It's still my favorite. You ever watch that one?
No.
Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. No, you got to watch that one.
The Dewey Cox story? I will.
It's
kind of...
What's his name? Oh, my God, from Step Brothers. Not Will Ferrell, but...
the
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like based on the Walk the Line or whatever with
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Seems like a spoof on that movie, but it's one of my favorite.
It is good.
What movie would you like to be seen? Would you like to see made from like a band?
A band?
Yeah.
I mean, having David Lee Roth there, I mean, Van Halen definitely, because Van Halen they were the shit for so long, you know? I mean, and like went through, there's not too many bands that have a different singer and still freaking, even though I hated it, you know, but like still had success with another singer and just the infighting and all that stuff. And Michael Anthony not even being, I mean, honestly, Van Halen movie would be epic.
Yeah, no doubt. But they'll fuck it up somehow. They will. What about you, Frampton?
I don't know. I think I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. No movies for you.
No more band movies.
No. Yeah, Van Halen would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I want to see the Queen one redone with who was going to play? The comedian was going to play him originally. They did Borat.
Oh, Sacha Baron
Yeah,
Cohen.
he was originally going to do the Queen movie, and he wanted to make it a darker, but it definitely wouldn't have had the commercial success that the one that they actually made. But I would rather have seen that one, the darker version of Queen with Sacha Baron Cohen playing it. But
yeah,
this is not going to happen.
The Queen one timeline was all fucked up too. It was all over the place as well.
Yeah,
They just always make it look so easy and all those, they just get together and they make a song and then take over the world.
Yeah, right.
It's not really like that.
It's so predictable, right? You know what's going to happen. I'd like to see him do like a Chris Cornell movie or something like that. I'd like to see what kind of struggles he went through. And
Mother Love Bone.
yeah, it'd be kind of cool to capture on some of that stuff, like the pre-grunge days or whatever.
Just the whole Seattle thing, it would be awesome. I mean, I'm like Mother Love Bones was my favorite band for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would be amazing. Definitely, the whole Seattle grunge thing. Just like start it like before it started, and like just go through it, and that would be amazing.
Yeah,
that would be good.
But like Jeff Ament or one of those guys need to produce that, or so they actually have their hands on it, or even Cameron Crowe would be the guy to produce that.
Absolutely, because that's part of the scene.
Yeah, he was the scene. Well, he actually blew up that scene for sure with all his movies. And what was Singles?
Singles, definitely.
Singles, and then there was another. Was it Reality Bites? Was that Cameron Crowe?
I don't know if that was Cameron Crowe or not, but yeah.
But it was kind of like the same principle, almost in a way.
The best Pearl Jam song is still on that single soundtrack. Breathe. Breath, and then
State of Love and Trust too.
Yeah, I know.
That I always like. Good one. Man, those were the times, though. That's when we were running rampant back in the day. Like, there was nothing like the 90s. I feel like our generation is the last of the great generations. I'm serious.
I'm sure everybody's generations feels like that.
Yeah, it's true. You don't know what it's like, kid. Do you find yourself being like that old man, get off my lawn, kid?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know you do.
You hang out with like somebody that's 23.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you like how we partied really hard over here and then we did this and that. I'm just like, yeah, okay, that's cool. That sounds fun. Mm-hmm. I don't really want to say too much, but it's just like, yeah. I kind of did that too.
I already did that.
Yeah, I've done it a few times with more people.
Yeah. But it was such a good time. There was like a lot of great venues, and there was a lot of great bands, and there was some good music, and just the scene here in Utica was vibrant in Syracuse, and we would go to Syracuse all the time, and you guys would come here all the time, and it was cool. It was like it was just an awesome scene, man. It was a lot of fun to grow up then.
In the early 90s, like before you were coming out to Syracuse or anything like that, Utica was the shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, like Castbridge, and then we're going to Rome, and like Captain Trips and all that other stuff.
Shakers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many cool freaking shows. Just like unbelievable shows that like, and like even in Syracuse, there was really Utica was better for a long time there. Syracuse had the Lost Horizon. I always went to the Lost Horizon. There was always every Saturday or whatever, it'd be at the Lost Horizon, unless there was stuff going on in Rome or around here. But the bands were better here in Utica at that point in time, and there was definitely more places to play, But like even before, like those the place you're talking about in the late '80s, you know, you had like Milo's and stuff like that. I mean, I used to go see Luftwaffe there.
Wow.
And
Coleman's.
Yeah. Oh, Coleman's. I love Coleman's. Yeah, Coleman's was. You know, I saw Zebra at Coleman's. I remember one time, and it was the first time I'd seen like a national act in a club, and it blew my mind. It was like, wow, this is just. I mean, I was really young.
What about Jesus H. Christ?
Yeah,
did you see those guys play?
No, nobody saw those guys unless you were at
that
a
was
bar.
Maurice's first band, I think.
Yeah.
Still a great name.
Jesus is coming.
Moses was playing bass.
That would have been good. Damn it.
Z's playing bass.
It's funny in Jamaica. We just were in Jamaica back in January, and all the Jamaicans were calling me Moses. They're like, "Ah ha ha! Look, it's Moses, man."
Perfect.
Awesome. That was so weird. Like I look like Moses. I kept asking Tori, "Do I really look like Moses?" She's like, "I don't even know who Moses is." It's kind of funny, but yeah, it's such a great scene back then. Though there was a lot of good bands, but somewheres maybe I want to say in the mid '90s when we started coming out to Syracuse a lot, like when Nine Ball really started to get popular and like Stylines and stuff like that. So when we really started to come out a lot, and it started to shift a little bit too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and then Syracuse, and now Syracuse's music scene is pretty vibrant. There's a lot of cool bands coming out of Syracuse, and there's Funk and Waffles and the Westcott, and there's a cool little music scene going on in Cuse, better than there is in Utica. Utica, we have a ton of great musicians and great bands, but there's really nowhere for anybody to play.
It's funny because you mentioned the clubs in Syracuse, but in the past few years, I've been playing in these like kind of like underground bands. You know, I was in Methodist Bells and stuff, and we would play some of these basement parties. And so around the Westcott Nation, around the near the Westcott Theater area, there's 4 or 5 houses that are doing like basement parties. No, I'm too old for these things. I shouldn't.
Still right now?
I shouldn't be. Yeah,
they're doing.
I shouldn't.
Oh, he still does them.
I still go.
That's where he meets the 23-year-olds.
Exactly. Just disrupted his train of thought.
I did. I'm sorry. It is the Disruption Network.
Damn it. I should have prepared for that. No, but seriously, like they bring in bands from Rochester all the time to play these basements.
So is it like punk scene, or is it hardcore, or it's a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything, man. I've seen horns. I've seen everything down there. A band out of Rochester that gets a lot of people know is Awful Canawful. I saw them the first time in a freaking basement playing next to a washer and dryer on Fellows Ave in Syracuse.
Is that the last place you saw them?
No, they were just played. They played Otro about 2 months after that. Otro Cinco.
I've never heard of them, but I love the name.
What's the name again?
Awful Canawful.
Awful Canawful.
They're great, and now
great.
They're playing at Westcott, I think, this month.
Okay,
so
I'm in.
Yeah, no, serious. They're cool.
What kind of band are they? They're awful.
No, they're like a rock band, man. They're just a rock band. They're good. They're real good.
Yeah, check that. Awful Canawful.
Yep.
It's an interesting name.
Yeah.
You see, people are going back to the house parties though.
It's weird though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like seriously, like there's like 5 houses. And one of them has like their own little label with the Spit Fam tapes and stuff like that, or whatever it's called. And they have these parties, and like if you find out about them, or that guy you don't like, that Sean guy,
just announce it to everyone. Then I think he knows.
What's Sean's last name?
We're actually doing a show at Maurice's mom's house next month. You told her, right?
Yeah. So no, but it's pretty neat though. There's a lot of bands that aren't even playing at these clubs, like you were saying, that are really, really good, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah. Talented. A lot of talent going on in the 315. It's always been that way.
It has.
Because the weather sucks and you're stuck inside playing your instrument.
Like Seattle.
Right? Exactly. Just like it. You're stuck. So that's how you guys got good.
But also can work against you because, people don't want to leave their houses.
Yeah, true. But you've seen it. You've seen it come back, though, a little bit, right? Or no? Nah? Yeah, no?
I guess that's a no.
That's a no?
I don't know.
It seemed like it was... like 5-6 years ago, it was starting to build back up. In the last couple of years, I don't know.
Come back to what though? I mean, like when we were playing in the '90s, we could do 800 people.
Right, I know.
And now you're talking about people are like super happy if they have one night a month, and that was like weekly. People are happy if they have one night a month where they have like 150 people.
Yeah.
So no, come back? No, not really. I mean, even Dracula Jones back in the day, like as an original band, could do 2 nights a month at the Lost, and they were playing every freaking night, you know, in between, making a living at it. There's no bands doing that right now.
Yeah, you're right. Cover bands are doing that.
Barely.
Yeah, but they're not making a living off it. I know one cover band that's making a full living off of what they're doing, and that's it. That's Showtime.
Yeah, sure.
And other than that, I can't really think of any other cover bands out there really making a living off it. But it used to be that
we're making progress then.
But they used to be not the case.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't have to work for years. All I did was just wake up and just like try to freaking keep down a V8 and a Gatorade and try to get in the van, get to the next show.
Keep up with the 23-year-olds.
Yeah, but back then it was easy. I was the one that people needed to keep up with.
It was, yeah.
Like, can we also remember Maurice once played an entire show in a towel.
Well, that's because
we're not going to get involved in the details of why he did this.
Oh no, I would love to. I'm surprised you brought this up, Sean. That's freaking amazing.
You got to go into the details. How could you say
he just wanted to play in a towel?
That's not it. This is not exactly
the
what
man
happened.
wanted to play guitar in a towel, and the venue let him.
No, so everybody let me. You want to know why?
No one was going to stop you.
I was freaking nuts. So I had this girlfriend. I was kind of in love. This girl, she was awesome. She's married to a famous movie producer out in L.A. now. But so one of my best friends, Sean Sullivan, decided that he would try to sleep with her. He slept with her. And it fucked me up. It fucked me up really bad. So it was probably all right until he tried to sleep with her in the same house as me. And that was when things went really sour fast. But she had bought me a lot of my clothes. Like she was like shopping for me and everything like that. So I couldn't wear anything anymore. So for about 2 weeks, well, actually it wasn't 2 weeks. It was like it was about like 7 or 8 days. So it was about a week, a little bit more. All I wore was this purple towel that I had everywhere, to the store, to freaking, and I drank a lot. I was drinking heavily. I should have been hospitalized. There's no freaking question. So, the guys from East LA, one time I was like standing in the middle of Westcott Street screaming at somebody in a car in my towel in the middle of the night.
Is it the same night?
No, this is a different night.
Pre-towely.
And the bouncers come out and freaking grab me, move me over to the side of the road and be like, hey, you got to fucking chill out, man. I'm just like, just leave me alone, man. I'm fine. So, but we had a gig at Stylene's, so I just wore what I was wearing, man. I wore my fucking towel.
Right, took it to a dark place. Yeah, he put an entire show in his towel.
So how do you keep this towel up? Just with the regular old towel knot, or
just
did you have like safety pins?
Oh,
or?
no, just a knot, man.
Yeah.
I still got that towel. I keep it.
No, none of your asshole friends tried to take this towel off you the whole time?
I wasn't about to touch that towel.
I was deadly, man. He woke up one night with me, or like, I woke him up where I was sitting on top of him. Like, you need to fucking leave, or I'm going to take that pencil that I can see right there. I'm going to jam it in your eye.
Wow.
I was serious.
And we're still friends.
Well, that's good. I mean, you don't hold grudges or anything, and you guys have always been boys, so it's kind of good that you can. Families fight. That's what people do. You know?
They fight. Sometimes
in your eyes, but
sometimes they get burned alive.
We got a question out there. Dave Bandage is checking in, our resident fact checker. He wants to know: do you think access to the internet and the ability to watch live shows via streaming, watch replays, download shows, and all the other outlets has prevented the return of large crowds for live shows?
Absolutely. There's no question. There's so much to do right now. Even if you're not even talking about music. I mean, there was back in the day. Half the people that came to our shows probably couldn't afford cable. You know, they were spending their $10 to get into the show, and we would have, that first keg of beer was always free at a Chick Magnet show. So it was like promotions like that. It's like, so we'd have people there super early to freaking drink. And then but like they didn't have cable. You had 4 stations to watch on TV. There was no computer. we got to go out. We got to meet girls somehow, you know? And that's really the bottom line of everything is getting people to hook up. You know, you bring out the girls, the guys come.
Yeah.
You bring out the guys, the girls come. That's the way it works.
And Stacy's chiming in. She's saying that and the DWI laws.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And that, I mean, back in the day, there was, but it wasn't as strong as they are today.
God,
shit. I mean, what do you got to blow now?
I guess we have to plan our own basements now.
Right.
We didn't even leave the house.
What's DWI law? It's 0.08?
0.08, yeah.
0.08. Then that's like 2 beers.
Right.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. Especially if
looks like we're spending the night here.
Especially if
you can. It'd be fun. We're going out. We're going out. I don't know where we're going, but no. But yeah, that has changed a lot too. And you know, hey, we can always reminisce on the glory days, but you know there'll be those days. See, nowadays you got to have an event behind your party too. You got to not just have music, but you got to put a little extra sprinkles on top. If you will.
Yeah,
try to do something extra to get the people to come in the doors.
I mean, I shouldn't say that there's not. You know, there's people out there that are doing huge shows. They're DJs. You know,
right.
And I'm sure that if you have a popular DJ, you can book a place. It's not like it was. It's just different.
Yeah. Come watch me play on my iPad and 5,000 people show up.
Right, and make sure you do some drugs so it's good.
Because you need to. It's the only way. But those girls that come to those shows, and I'll tell you, man, they wear practically nothing.
I know. I got to start going.
Well, make sure you're on drugs.
You here to pick up your daughter, Grandpa?
Yeah, right. Oh, man. Talking about fondue earlier, you guys making your basketball videos back on Instagram and stuff like that, some of the most comical things I think I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I think more people need to see that. But we are at 189 followers right now, so if anyone wants to go watch that. It's probably going down right now.
Yeah, they're deleting it right now as we speak.
Don't.
I think you guys need to make more videos.
Yeah, we more videos and less music, I think. Really.
You got your guy. You got your other alter ego with the Big Mo.
Yeah, Big Mo and the Big Mo Stank.
The Big Mo Stank?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, you know, like I said, I came up with that. I was a little bit drunk. I did a weekend's worth of videos. Instantly got called out by this fucking asshole over here.
I love that he named it Big Mistake.
It's Big Mo Stank.
I thought Big Mo stand for Big Moron.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to start doing some videos just to shut him up.
Yeah, you need to.
In 3 months, I'm following you for a reason. It's a music video every Sunday.
You know, you say that you unfollow me, but you still fucking post on it every fucking week.
Because I believe in you, champ.
Yeah, thanks.
I like this concept, though. You build up the Instagram, right? You build up that whole persona on that page.
It's a big build-up.
It's a big build-up, right? And then you release a show or an album or something like that on top of it. I like it.
Thank you.
It's an interesting concept.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do like a little like the Nipsey Hussle guy that just passed away. You
Get
know?
shot?
No, he sold his cassettes for $100 a piece. You know,
haven't made anything to sell yet, though.
But I'm working on it. He didn't just sell the $100 cassette without having any background. Somebody has to have some background to buy the $100 cassette.
Okay.
Jeez.
Does Mo have any material written?
Oh God, no.
Oh no,
no, not yet. Well, I don't know. I got some. I got some stuff and some irons in the fire. You know, that's about it. That's all I can really say. Z.
Okay. Why do I feel like Big Mo is almost like a Bone Slaw? Do you remember Bone Slaw?
Bone Slaw was my fucking favorite band for like a couple of years.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Why do I feel like it's going to be somewhere on that type of vein?
I love Bone Slaw.
He's not going to be that good.
No.
No. I wish if it was that good, I'd be famous. Matt Kadroitis and those guys, they dropped the ball on that.
I really did love Bone Slaw. I remember.
That was great.
Fucking love Bone Slaw.
Yeah, I do too.
Still been interested, because you can get the videos off of YouTube, or you can get the songs off of YouTube. I still was putting Scott Sterling from the Dinosaur and stuff like that. I just in the past 2 years got him into Bone Slaw. You know, it's like, yeah, they were great.
They were good. He won't do it again, though. He's done. He said he can't sing like that anymore.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, I've talked to him about it before. Yeah,
that was interesting.
The songs were so good.
Yeah, and hilarious.
Right? Yeah,
he's a good songwriter for sure.
Oh yeah,
Matt's a great musician. Another super talented guy.
Hell yeah,
we could do another podcast on all the talent in the area for years and years and years, and maybe we should next time you guys come down.
Yeah, absolutely, because I know some, like, we were talking about SIV.
Oh yeah, when you first came in, that was the first thing that came out of your mouth.
I love SIV.
Before we even turned on the cameras and shit. Now, what were you saying about SIV?
Okay, so there was a show at Coleman's, I think. It might have turned over. Coleman's went from Coleman's to Alabama Slammers, a place in Rome, and SIV, self-induced vomiting, whatever, they did a show, and it was the guitar player's last show. And they were, like, throwing him out or whatever, and he was an excellent guitar player. But Scott Sanders was the guy that was taking over for him. And Scott sat in the front row, basically, and Scott was a friend of mine. I haven't talked to him in 30 years, but he's a phenomenal guitar player, amazing guitar player. So he was taking over, so he watched to see what this guy was doing the whole show. Anyways, the show ended, and the guitar never stopped. He was wireless for somehow at that point. Like, and this is like one of the first wireless rigs ever. And just kept playing. He went up into the upstairs of Coleman's and everything like that, and the fucking, so like the crowd's clearing out and everything like that. But he's just jamming, man. He was just going off for like another half hour, and it was fucking awesome. He was so good.
It sounds kind of annoying, actually.
It was so good. Well, yeah, you know, if you're not buzzed up and it's not 2:00 in the morning and you're trying, you know, they're trying to throw you out and you're still hearing the guitar, it was freaking awesome. They never shut down the sound system. It was fucking amazing.
He's still getting his licks in before he leaves, right?
So I'm friends with Scott, like I said, and then the next show was Scott's first show, and I think that was at the Casbridge in Ilion or whatever that was, Frankfurt, I don't know, but and Scott kicked ass. Scott was just an amazing guitar player also. So it was, they didn't lose a step. I love those guys. Those guys were like my favorite, probably at that point in time, my favorite band to go see. They were Chili Peppers before the Chili Peppers for me, actually.
Yeah, seriously, me too. Me too. In fact, I saw SIV before I even heard of the Chili Peppers.
Right, same here.
Yeah, they were great. High energy, a lot of fun.
Yep.
Good stuff, man. There's so many great bands. And we brought up Dracula Jones, too. I always used to say that if Drac Jones never broke up, they probably would have ruled the world. Back in the day. I'm talking in the heyday.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think?
Maurice got me into those guys, you know, early on. They were the shit.
They were grunge before grunge.
They were.
I mean, and that's the saddest thing that you could ever say, because if they lived in Seattle, they would have been Pearl Jam.
Mm-hmm. For real. And you listen to those songs today, they still hold up.
Absolutely.
They still hold up. All those Drac Jones songs they're timeless.
Just Jeff Jones, period.
Yeah, he's still making albums, and he still writes amazing songs.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I cannot believe that fountain hasn't been tapped by like major market stuff, like a country, because he has great country songs. And he's, you know, people know about him, you know.
Oh, yeah.
There's songs out there that, like, some of these up and coming country guys, you know, you want a good song, you want a hit song, I could sell you one, because it's right here, you know. This guy wrote it, and he has that. There's tons of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a travesty that band didn't do more.
It's cool to see they're doing their thing though. Now, you know, they still got it. It's, you know, when you got it in your soul, it never leaves you, and, you know, you got to get out the demons, right, Frampton?
That's right.
You know all about getting the demons out.
Why are you looking at me? He's got demons.
We went through some of them already.
My demons, see, I cleared my shit up with a towel.
See,
it's all clean.
I want you to
look. That was a bad idea to bring that up.
You did it.
I didn't know he was going to take it there. Yeah, he's keeping it real here for you, Z.
He went
he's
there,
not,
man.
He's not. No Hollywood version of this.
I want you guys to look at this as
this is not the dirt version.
Penance.
This is your penance right now, you know?
Yeah.
I could be your priest, and you can just tell me all your deepest, darkest secrets, and then we'll move on along our day, and you'll feel better.
Forgive me, Z, I have sinned.
Yeah, the weight will be lifted off your shoulder.
Don't pull out a bottle of wine. He might get naked.
Wine does the same shit to me, too, Maurice.
Yeah.
It does. I turn into a raging hormone.
That's what I'm talking
about. It goes
about.
right to the head of my dick.
I'm telling you, ever since I've been like hanging out like with this last girl here, I have been fucking going through so much goddamn wine. Like I've been going and like $100 box. Just like I just go to the wine Vino Mania. I don't know if I should be giving out whatever, but anyways, I go to Vino Mania in Syracuse. I'm like, here, give me $100. There's $100. I want $100. And he just walks around and goes, you don't want whites, right? I'm like, no, just give me the red shit, man. That's all I want. And he just gives me a box. I walk out with it. And I've had to get a couple of different boxes now. You're talking about like, what, 12 bottles in a box?
I don't know. It's the first time I've heard of this drinking problem.
Yeah, right. How long will a box last you?
Well, it depends on how many times she comes over, really, Z. Because, it could last me a few weeks. It could last me, I don't know, a week.
Doesn't it spoil in a box, though?
No.
As long as you keep it cold?
No. I'm talking about a case of wine. A box of bottles.
Oh, all right. A box of bottles. Okay, I'm thinking boxed wine.
No, God, no. No, actually, I have good taste.
No. Any shows you guys hitting up this summer? Got anything on the calendar?
We're doing a what? Oh, we just talked about it. I was supposed to go to see the Stones.
Going to see.
I was supposed to see the Stones.
Plans as of yet.
Nothing yet.
In June, but that sucks. That's not going to happen. No, we're definitely gonna see Frampton. We'll see Kiss. At the amphitheaters. Don't really need to get tickets for those. Hopefully.
The farewell tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another farewell tour.
Yeah. Right.
Everybody's retiring.
Yeah.
Who do you think's replacing all these guys retiring though?
DJ Stinky Nuts.
Big Mo in the stand.
Big Mo, I hope.
Wait till you see this guy. I can't wait.
You can't wait.
But there's really no more arena rock bands anymore, though, if you think about it.
No.
Who like Shinedown's an arena rock band?
Yeah, they're
Foo Fighters, of course.
Fighters,
they're still out there.
Yeah.
Who else? Exactly.
Yeah. Pearl Jam.
One of my favorite shows I saw last year was Weezer. I love Weezer. They rocked it.
And they're still
Did
around.
you see that show?
No, I didn't see it. But they're around a lot, though, I feel like.
Yeah.
Right? But there's no up-and-coming bands right now. There's Greta Van Fleet. What do you guys think of Greta Van Fleet?
We've had this.
I don't like it.
Mike Borgia. You were talking about Mike Borgia earlier?
Yeah.
So Mike Borgia thinks that Greta Van Fleet is better. This is why I don't talk to this guy. He thinks that Greta Van Fleet is better than Led Zeppelin.
I thought it was an April Fool's joke.
Oh, you think?
But it was 2 days before April Fool. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was giving him a way out, but he didn't take it.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm happy to see...
To say better than Led Zeppelin? That's crazy. You sound just like Led Zeppelin.
They started the trend, man. You can't say it.
And their songs, when you listen to it, like, yeah, they can move, like sound like them. Especially the guitar player. He's really got the Jimmy Page moves down and stuff.
Yeah. They all
do.
But
their songs, they don't have any good songs that I've heard. Like
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin actually has songs. You know what I mean?
Like
it's not just
50,000.
copying the sound. Yeah, it's
so they
song.
took their formula, kind of, but in their. And I'm standing up for them right now. At least there's kids right now doing something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, hey, if they're going to rip off somebody, might as well rip off Led Zeppelin. If
I
you're gonna
think
rip
I
off
can't
somebody.
watch the lead singer without laughing my ass off.
Because of the feathers?
I just think he looks like the biggest nerd in the world.
Yeah.
But he's definitely
They're kids,
Robert
man.
Plant. But you know what I mean? So, but I'm not. I like they're playing rock and roll music. That's cool. I dig that. But when somebody says they're better than Led Zeppelin, that's insane.
That's not.
And then the best part was Mike posted a video of a show. I didn't even watch it, but he probably posted a video of a bad show. Oh, okay, so they had one bad show. Well, what about all the freaking amazing music that they made? Let's forget about that.
Yeah, October 12th, 1974. That was horrible.
They were fucked up.
They were on drugs.
They didn't put out an album like that. This is back when you played a show and it was probably forgotten. It's like not everyone there was filming it. And now everyone's not watching the show and filming the entire thing. And then they never watch it again. I take a couple photos or a couple snippets maybe for Instagram, but to film it into like a whole song or you're never gonna watch that. You're never gonna watch that.
And it's sitting there in front of everybody in back of you, They're watching.
Well, everybody's doing it though.
I hate it.
Everybody's doing it.
I hate it.
I do what Frampton does. I get a few, like a minute or two, and that's it, and then you're done.
You're here.
Right. I do the same thing.
To do the... Gonna film this whole song?
I hear you.
No.
I went to a concert with my ex-girlfriend, too. Another thing is like, I don't mind people singing along, but don't sing along to everything, and especially if you sing really loud, like Lisa. Oh, my God. It was just like...
You ever ride in the car with this guy?
I don't need to. It's not a concert. I didn't pay a whole bunch of money to see the band and listen to her sing in my ear. Right?
Michael McDonald all the way here.
I keep forgetting.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. The one band you do have to check out is the Struts.
Yes, no, they're awesome.
They're incredible, man. What a high energy show that is. I feel like they're waving the flag of rock and roll right now, and they're kind of doing it. And they're like kind of a mix between the Stones and Queen and like the whole European rock and roll.
Ashley and I opened up for a band called Dorothy, who at the Westcott I think a year or two ago, and they were after that show they were going on tour opening for the Struts.
Oh, really?
So yeah, they're a good band too. Dorothy.
Check
them out.
Yeah, the Struts will be at Saranac in July. So if you guys are around, come on, check that show out. It's a high energy, great band, kick-ass band.
Yeah. I think Dave Grohl was bragging about him, wasn't he?
Yeah, because they went on tour with him last summer. In fact, there was a date in between their Toronto show and their MSG show that they had off, and they played at the Westcott in between on their way to MSG to open for the Foo Fighters, and we got a chance to check them out last July, and it was pretty freaking cool.
Was that in Albany?
No, that was at the Westcott.
Oh, at the Westcott. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that they played in Albany, too, at...
the old Northern Lights there, Upstate Concert Hall.
Yeah. Because Dave Rockauer, he does sound for him. He does sound there. I think he might work... Dave Rockauer's the guitar player for Square Pegs.
Okay.
He does a monitor board there, and he had video of him up. It was,
Kick-ass band, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Stacy's saying the fair's going to be fire this year. It is. There's some cool things happening at the fair this year.
Fondue won't be. We got banned from the fair last
for life.
Oh yeah, for life. What do you guys do? What stage were you playing at?
The West End Grill stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was funny before we went on. The guy just kept complaining about. Was he talking about rock bands who played and they sucked and he still had to pay them and this and that? And we're like, we're doing disco, we're doing dance stuff like.
Everybody's gonna love us.
And I think we played about 6 or 8 songs, and then it started raining, and it kept raining. It didn't stop raining. They canceled the fair, like they stopped the whole fair, and then he wanted to, at the end of the night. Well, can you guys come back on Sunday? You guys want to do it? We're like, no, I think we'll take all the money right now.
Yeah, he wanted us to come back Monday. And when we loaded in, and you have to drive from, in a trailer, it was raining then. We loaded in the rain and stuff like that. And the guy's like, oh, well, how about I'll give you half now, and then you guys can come back and play again on Monday. I was like, no, how about we did all the work, We just we couldn't finish the show because it got shut down. It's like,
by the fair.
By the fair. Well, how about you just give us all our money? How about that? Let's work with that.
The best part is the guy, after we kept telling him, well, no, we're not doing that. And he started getting up. But he dropped some of the money on the ground, actually.
In a puddle.
And Maurice grabs it and hands. He's like, you dropped this. And he's like, oh, thanks or whatever.
Didn't realize he was going back to the car to get more money. I freaking help him out.
And he's still shorted. I said,
well, you're still $50 short. He was just like, oh, no, I'll work that out with the other guy. This is what I said I was going to pay. I was like, here's the email that says what you owe us. And he was just like, oh, I don't care about that. That's not what I said. I was like, here's your signature right here. I don't care about that, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, long story short, Frampton's yelling at him over my shoulder. I'm going to fuck you up, old man.
I never said that.
No, I know your daughter.
I know your daughter because I do know his daughter. I didn't, but when
you said I know your daughter,
it's creepy.
When you say it like that, listen, that's hilarious. Because when you say it like that, it sounds like, ill will to your daughter, but no, I actually know your daughter, or friends with your daughter.
It's come off like
you're
that.
You're going to treat us like this?
Did not come off like that.
Pay your debt?
It all depends on how well you know his daughter.
I never said I'm going to kill you, old man. For the record, I've never said that.
Whatever. It was close to something like that. Anyway.
If it makes a good story, okay.
Anyway, so you said something. You were definitely
I said, I know your daughter. I'm like, you're going to
saying other stuff.
You're going to stiff us and
Yeah. And so anyway, so I give the guy back the money, which was like $200 he had dropped in the puddle. He's like, "Oh, I don't have enough. I'm going to go." I go, "Oh, no, you must have dropped that. There's $200 right there." Hand it to him, gives me back the freaking money, $50 short. Anyways, he hated us. So we find out, we try to get the $50 from the booking agent, whoever booked it. Or
it was
whatever.
$150.
Yeah, and then he's just like, "Oh, that guy's, he's friends with his father-in-law is now, or his son-in-law is now the new fair director, so you're never going to play here again."
And I was like,
So you're banned.
We'll be in another band. There's no way. No one's checking for this.
We're going to backdoor it somehow. I guarantee that.
But the best part is, I don't want to play the
fair
sucks. Unless I'm playing on
Come
a
on,
big
the fair's
stage.
great. You know,
West End Grill? I don't think so.
Playing it is going to see shows is awesome. Playing it is hard because of the load-ins and stuff like that.
if you're playing at all the other, like, the little bars that you got to get, it's probably a little difficult to get in through and stuff like that. I could see that happen. But we have great experience at the fair. Well, I'm lucky I get to work with the crew.
Right. Yeah,
and I get some of the most monumental things have ever happened to me at the fair in my lifetime. And
good. Book us a gig. We want to play with your
You
crew.
talk to her.
Talk to Stacy.
She knows who we are.
She said
I think that's the problem.
She's saying bad booking agents.
Yeah.
But no, we did. She does a great job, and all of us come together at the fair and have a great time. But it's a great time, and some of the. Like I said, man, I got to drive the Hanson brothers around, not the hockey Hanson brothers last year, and watch them put on the foil and did a whole tape and hung out with them. And it was like my 5-year-old self was like freaking out the whole time.
Oh, yeah, Eddie Shore, man, old time hockey.
Yeah, Toe Blake, those guys were great.
Exactly.
Fucking machine stole my quarter. Because the guy, he looks at me, and I open the door for him, and I'm like, "Hey, man, it's nice to meet you." He goes, "You know who I am?" I'm like, "The fucking machine stole my quarter." And he's like, "We're going to get along just fine." I'm like, "I can recite your lines for you."
Those guys are in there fucking playing with toys.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Please don't do that."
No, they love that.
Oh, really?
No, they love that. In fact, he told me great stories when I was in the car with him, because we drove from right around the mall, that hotel from the mall to the fair, and there was traffic and stuff. And he was telling me stories about Utica. So back in the day, if you remember Slapshot, that movie was pretty much based on that Federal League that was the Clinton Comets and all the Airy Blades and all the whatever the league it was called. I can't remember the name of CHL or whatever. And there was times where they would play in Utica. They played for the Johnstown Jets, and they would play here in Utica and get into fights with the audience, with the crowd, and they'd crawl into the stands and beat up the fans and shit. And the cops would have to arrest them and put them in jail and stuff. So they were telling me the story, and I kind of knew it happened. They're like folklords around here. They really are, the Hanson brothers, but they're called I can't remember their name right now, but it'll come to me. But those guys come back when the Utica Comets finally start their thing about 5-6 years ago, and they have this big fan fest, and so they invite the Hanson brothers in to come hang out and sign autographs and stuff. And sure enough, the guy that arrested them showed up to introduce himself, like, "Hey, I'm the guy that arrested you." See, the Utica Police Department thought it was smart to send in one cop that had a level head instead of sending in all the troops, instead of having this whole brawl. So they sent in the most level-headed cop, and they're like, "Come on, guys, I got to take you in." And the police station's right across the street from the odds, so they pretty much handcuffed him and walked him over.
Right.
And so the guy that arrested them came up. The Eastern Hockey League, thank you, Dave. The guy that arrested him came up and introduced himself, like, "Hey," and they took pictures with him. So he thought that was such a great story. They love Utica. And like I said, they're folklords around here, but some great stuff, man. Some great stuff. You want me to tell them about my police escort? I got to drive Ludacris last year. Was my cool claim to fame last year. He came in on that $1 million airport, the Millionaire Airport, by the airport where they're Hancock, but then there's that brand new private airport.
What do you know?
So I'm sitting there for like an hour. The guy's late as hell, and then all of a sudden, state troopers show up and like, "Hey, we're your police escort." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I got a police escort." I'm like, "What's protocol?" He's like, "Just stay on our ass, boy." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." Ludacris finally gets in the car. He was late. Gets in the car, and we drive, and we take off. We're doing 90. It took us like 10 minutes to get from the airport to the fair. I mean, that's a hike if you do the math on the distance on that. And it took us like 10 minutes. And as soon as the guy hit the lights, Ludacris is in the back on the phone, and cars just start parting like the Red Sea. And Ludacris is like, damn, that motherfucker shitting his pants right now. And he just kept on with his conversation. But that's some pretty epic stuff. But then the other thing that was really, I told this story yesterday, actually, is Smokey Robinson. He was on his way to Aretha Franklin's funeral. And we picked him up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, my brother, I appreciate you. Everything you've done for me this weekend. And God bless your soul. And he gave me a hug. And I'm like,
wow.
It's fucking Smokey Robinson, you know? And he gave me a hug. I'm like hugging Smokey. So
that's awesome.
That was really cool. So, and I thank Stacy for all these monumental moments in my life. So there's a lot of them.
I gotta thank Stacy for a bunch of monumental moments in my life too. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give me one. Give me a good one.
I don't know, man. I'd have to think about it for a minute, man. I'd like to have a really good one. Stacy was amazing.
I'm sure she pulled you out of some trouble at one point in your life.
Most of that was me getting in trouble with Dave. I swear to God, me and Dave used to we'd always Dave Rezek and I we used to battle. I'd call him up. He'd have us playing at some show, and it'd be like there's no dressing room or something like that. They'd have us changing in the back of a truck, and I'd be flipping out. I'd be like, Dave, we fucking give you a rider. Why the fuck can't you fucking have anybody follow the goddamn rider? We need a dressing room and stuff like that. But no, Stacy was always the calming head. She was always the one that would I'd talk to her in the morning. I'd call her in the morning to find out where gigs were or whatever, anything like that. What about sound? And she was always so freaking just like, hey Maurice, what's going on? It was like, it's calm me down before I talk to Dave. Well, I don't know, Stacy. Dave and I freaking, what's up with him? But
she's saying the biggest laughs ever were with you guys.
Yeah, I loved her so much. We go there to go to that office, and the only reason I wanted to go there was because I'd hang out with her. I could break Dave's balls, and then they had when they were at the galleries, they had this freaking steak sub place there that you could get steak sandwiches, and that was my thing. So I'd always make sure that I was there for lunch.
The timing is perfect.
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Always get in that meal too, especially when you're a starving artist at the time, right?
Oh hell yeah, that's great.
Are you writing any music right now?
I am writing a lot on my own right now. I haven't been in the Methodist Bells in about 2 years. I've been just I have a million different riffs. I just record them on my phone, and I can't write lyrics. When I write lyrics, I don't like anybody hearing them because they are stupid. They're really bad.
Yeah.
I am fucking awful. So I can write riffs. I'm actually really good with writing other stuff, for other music for other people's songs. But I'm supposed to be starting to play again with Dustin Dwyer out here.
Are you?
Yeah. Me and Kurt, and we're looking for a bass player.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at this comment she just made.
What's that?
Chick magnet money equals beer-soaked Coke Dustin Bills.
Oh,
those were the days.
Yeah. I think it absolutely was. I would have no problem having fucking. I would really, honestly, would have no problem giving Dave Rezek a freaking bunch of 20s that were still rolled up.
To an agent, that's their favorite kind.
Yeah, here you go, buddy.
Remnants from last night's gig. Oh, that's hysterical. So funny. Those were different times, though, back then. Man, you think you guys can do a reunion? Chick Magnet reunion, one night only type of thing?
No, I hate the drummer.
I knew that was coming.
I got you. All right.
I could rise. You could rise
above that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody wants to see you rise above it.
I got you. You got beefs all over.
No one remembers me anyway. It's always Maurice every time.
Not
Maurice,
me, buddy.
No, that's not. No,
because he was the
Frampton.
He was the crazy one in the towel. That's why.
Yeah, you're not going to forget something like that.
Pal, you got beefs all over the place, huh?
This. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I spent a lot of my last freaking couple of decades. I haven't been, drunk and whatever. So, yeah, it happens.
He's turning into Larry David, too. He just will not. It's the best way to describe it. I'm like, Larry, calm down. Go with it.
What's Kill the King?
Oh, that was we did that was awesome actually. Masters of Reality tribute, one night only Halloween night at the Landmark Theater. It was us, Dracula Jones, Professional Victims, and a band Dead Rose. Remember Dead Rose?
Oh yeah, I love those kids. They're great,
they
man.
were awesome, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, even speaking of Dead Rose though, like, did you ever hear Dirty Speaker? Billy Martin and then the kid from Dead Rose was in that band. They were so fucking good. But anyways, they were a great band. Check them out if you find a tape or something. So we did
tape.
Whatever. So
like Scotch tape.
Yeah. I got a double deck.
Borrow your tape deck.
I got a double deck. I'll mix you down one, guys.
Well, Kill the King.
Kill the King was our Masters of Reality tribute, which Masters of Reality was like super famous in Syracuse for doing Halloween shows. So we came up with this idea. Stacy was there. I think it was Crack's wedding. You know John Scahill, Crack, right? So
his dad was my principal.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that
spent a lot of time in his office.
That's
for another story.
That explains a lot, though, right? About John. Okay, so anyways, so it was John's wedding. It was me, Stacy. You were there. But I think
was the best man. It better be there.
Joe Altier. So anyway, Joe Altier was the singer.
Not to cut you off, but I can't even believe Crack actually found somebody to spend the rest of their life with him.
Yeah, well,
if you think about that,
absolutely. Karen's awesome too. Like roller derby stuff and all that other stuff.
Anyways,
there's a lot of people that can't believe that. There's like we love Crack, but
yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, he's got stories. He lived with them. Crack in his
stories. You
Crack in his
still smell them.
His boxes of porn.
Never forget helping him move in. He actually had a chest full of porn. It took two of us to carry it to his room.
Chest.
Yeah.
Chest.
A chest.
VCR.
Yeah.
So
VHS.
Bob
It was
Kane.
heavy.
Bob Kane from the Chick Magnets was the drummer. We had Chris Heels and me on guitar. Jay played bass. Wait, did Jay play bass? I don't even remember. But Joe Altier sang it. It came out fucking awesome. Like Joe Altier just totally was Chris Goss that night. He blew it out of the water. It was awesome. And we only played one show, and it was pretty cool.
You're saying it needs to happen again and get a different drummer.
Yeah, all right. But I'm also not freaking talking to Chris Heels anymore either, so I don't know.
You fall over the place, man. How soon before you two split up?
No, it happens every couple of months.
Are either one of you hitting the brand new Sin reunion?
The 2 days?
Yes.
It's just the 1 day.
I thought it was.
Why did they add a second day? I don't know.
They were going to. No.
They didn't?
They didn't know. I don't have tickets for it, but I know someone who knows someone who says that I'm good. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try to be there.
You know the secret knock?
That's awesome that those guys,
I'm psyched.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't think
They're so good.
I don't think I've been this psyched for a show in 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, they're another band that would have ruled the world if they could have kept it together and keep their.
They were very successful.
Huge.
They made it further than a lot of bands.
Absolutely.
Did. And
that's going to be
amazing. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be a great show, man.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
I got to get them sons of bitches over here, too. I was talking to Slider today about it. But, yeah, that's going to be pretty epic. May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. It's going to be a reunion of all sorts. It's just everybody kind of coming together and people we haven't seen in 10, 15 years. I like those nights.
Yeah, those are cool. I mean, that's what it's all about right there.
Yeah.
Those guys.
You can crash at my place if you want to, by the way.
Thanks, man. Actually, I have a sober driver.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a sober driver. I
have a hot tub, so if
we'll come over after the gig.
Come over and hang out.
Is that where you get your Instagram moniker from? Hot Tub Love?
Yeah, that was it. It was all Chick Magnet stuff. I had a whole bunch of different. They would call me like it would be Maurice Cocaine Love. Maurice, chairman of the board, Love. Maurice, Hot Tub Love. And so
your work email is like Wild Pony Love or something, isn't it? Still
Wild Pony.
I'm
Yeah,
amazed by that. This is your working email.
That's my Twitter. My Twitter too is Wild Pony Love. Yeah. So when I'm in golf league and they're like, "What's your email?" on Wild Pony Love. This is like, if I freaking email this, am I going to be on some kind of like watch list?
Oh my God. Nice, guys. Well, boys. Oh wait, before we do get out of here, you got some dates you want to plug? Professional Victims. You got some upcoming shows.
Professional Victims, April 12th at the most. And then also April 23rd at Funk and Waffles, I'll be playing with Mike Borgia. So both those bands, Professional Victims and Mike Borgia, are all over iTunes and the interweb. Friend us on social media if you're on there. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely,
awesome.
man.
Love hanging out with you.
Me too, bro. Fun. You bring the wife in next time. Maybe you guys could play in here or something. And
I'll never get to talk if I bring my wife.
You don't get to talk today with him here.
Shit.
It's my other wife.
I don't have nothing except for just be on, like, check out Big Mo and the Stanks because I'm going to make a video
every
someday.
Sunday.
It's going to be coming up soon. It's coming up soon.
The
weather's been
Sunday.
bad. There's been a lot of things going on, that you don't understand about Big Mo.
Yeah, well, Big Mo, we got a question out there. In order from most to least, from Maurice, how many exes, how many people are you not talking to right now, and how many nicknames do you have? What do you have most to least of?
Man.
Probably exes. That's probably the most exes.
I definitely have the most exes. Yeah. Oh, my God.
How many nicknames?
Definitely, probably that's going to be, I would say that's probably, nicknames is going to be the least because I'm probably only got like 10. But like I'm not talking to a shit ton of people because not everybody's very cool, I don't know. I had to get off of Facebook.
I don't blame you, man. When you told me that today, you're like, "Nah, I'm on Facebook." I was kind of jealous. Yeah. I wish I could not be on Facebook.
There was the politics stuff, man, was causing a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, "Oh, you're an idiot," So
a lot of stupidity going on out there. So you would have the most X's.
That definitely. That's
definitely number one.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you have a lot of nicknames.
How many nicknames is he coming in at? You think?
I don't know. I'm gonna send you the actual list. I can't think of them all right now.
There's
but I'll send, yeah, maybe you can read it off next.
Can you make a spreadsheet?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a spreadsheet because there's a lot of them.
There's not that many.
Yeah, I can't think of some of them right now. But.
And then you might as well make another tab on that spreadsheet.
And I'll make a few of them up too. It'll be funny.
Make a tab on that spreadsheet, and the other tab would be on how many people he's not talking to.
There's really, you know what? I don't. We just happen to be in the same circles of what we're talking about today. So it's like, it just seemed like a lot. There's only like 4 or 5 people that I'm not really talking to. They were just in my past.
How many people do you talk to?
Who are you talking about? You hate everybody.
Hey, kid, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
This is why you should go out to the brand new Sin show, the reunion, because you'll probably make amends with at least one of those people on your list.
And I've tried a couple of these people, the people that I think I would try, and it was just like, man, it just doesn't work. So I'm just like, fuck it.
Screw it. Yeah, it's not even worth your energy.
I'm too old.
Yeah. You got anything you want to plug? Dates or anything like that? Instagram handles?
No. Yeah, the Instagram, Big Mo and the Stanks. I'm gonna be doing some songs here pretty soon. And I actually did get a gig off of that, but I'm not gonna take it. I don't have enough time. So yeah, that's about it. That's all between that and fondue. And look for Dustin Dwyer band stuff. That's it.
Dustin Dwyer getting back together, huh?
Dustin Dwyer band
Did you guys
stuff.
Were you guys on that K-Rock CD back in the day?
Dustin was.
Right.
That was before I was on it. Yeah, he did the Lemon song on there. Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, but
so remember that.
But Kurt, Kurt Kempf?
Yeah, great man.
Love Kurt.
Yeah, me too.
So he's a drummer for the band,
and he's a great sound guy too.
And he's an amazing drummer. That nobody realizes that he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a studio in I forget the name of the town, but it's sort of Chadwick's, but maybe it is Chadwick's. But anyways, he's got I love him. He's a phenomenal guy.
Absolutely.
And one of the reasons, and I always got along with Dustin. He's a Waterville guy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like that's just a bunch of friends getting together.
Yeah, cool. It's like trying on an old hat, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice, man. Well, hey, that door's always open for you, brother. You want to come and hang out? Sean, not so much, but you definitely. I'm kidding, Frampton. You know I'm kidding. No, you guys come down and hang out anytime you want.
You can't have Ashley Cox without me, okay? Better be nice to me.
I'll drive her down.
Maybe you should come in and play some songs.
And he would, and that would probably be a better show.
Yeah, right. And then he'll wear a towel after that, right?
He'll be in the towel.
Or you'll be
It's
wearing
going to be
a
an
towel.
awkward ride home, let's just say that. Why did I bring that up?
I don't know. Why would you? I don't get it.
Oh, my God. Well, we got deep today. There was a couple times we got deep to me.
A little too deep.
A little bit. But that's only going to make you stronger in the end, your relationship.
That's right.
Yeah. You guys crack me up, man. This has been a lot of fun, though. Please come back anytime, though. Let's hang out, chop it up. And if you got any ideas or anything you need to promote, too, please keep me in mind. We need the content. We want to promote shit. That's what we do. So,
well, thanks for having us, man.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
That was a lot of fun. Before we get out of here, much love out to my friends at Nye Volkswagen in Rome. They hooked me up with that brand new Jet out there, man. They think it's like 40 miles to the gallon.
Whoa.
Wait, is it out back?
It's out back of us over here.
Did you hit that with the door?
Yeah, we got to go.
It's a brand new Jetta. It's absolutely awesome. I love what they did for me. My friends over at Nye Volkswagen in Rome. You mentioned Disruption Network, $250 off any vehicle purchase. Promo code Z. Gotcha. Check out their inventory, NyeVDubofRome.com. Also, EJA Moving Service. When you guys are ready to move and relocate, have my boy Eddie Olsheimer move you. That's what he does. He's like a logistics guy. He'll move you wherever you want to go. You want to move to Syracuse, he'll move you to Syracuse. You want to move to Guam, he'll move you to Guam. You want to move to Bologna, he'll move you to Bologna. He'll move you pretty much wherever you need to go. EJAmoving.com. Let Eddie do all the work for you instead of you doing all the work. It's pretty cool when he helps you move. You just point and be like, I want that there, I want that there. Pack that shit up, tape that up, put that on the box. And he does everything, man. He's a great man. Great man to work with. Tell him Z sent you, and he'll give you a little promo code there, too. We got you a little discount for EJA Moving. He'll move gym equipment, office equipment, pretty much anything. So, also, First Source Federal Credit Union and Disruption Network teaming up to disrupt hunger. Sunday, April 28th, the Veterans Outreach Center, 726 Washington Street in Utica. Maurice, did you ever hang out the old YMCA back in the day?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
You weren't one of those?
No.
No?
No, not me.
Well, now the YMCA has turned into the Veterans Outreach Center, and it's a place for vets who don't have jobs or they're homeless. They could stay there. There's a gym, and there's showers and beds and food. There's a nice little cafe, and inside that cafe, we're going to put a little party together. Sunday, April 28th from noon to 4. We're going to have music. There's going to be food, raffles, and appearance by Utica Comets mascot Audie. If you're interested in donating, we're going to have drop-off boxes all throughout Utica and at Nye Volkswagen in Rome. That's coming up really, really soon. We'll let you know on those. Pretty much all the First Source Federal Credit Union branches are going to be out at. And what we're looking for donations of clothes, non-perishable food items, looking for toiletries, hygiene products, furniture, pretty much basic any type of home-used product. So if you got like home-used products kicking around the house that you want to get rid of, bring it down Sunday, April 28th as we disrupt hunger with our friends from First Source Federal Credit Union. Want to remind everybody you can listen to this podcast and previous podcasts of EC Radio and all the content we have here on the D at DisruptionNetwork.net. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and pretty much all the social media platforms. Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast and Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, pretty much anywhere. Just search us. You'll find us. Tomorrow, I don't know. What's tomorrow? What's today?
Friday. Tomorrow's Friday.
I'm not even here tomorrow. What am I talking about? I don't even know what tomorrow is. I won't even be here. We'll see you next week. I want everybody to have a good weekend and go out and support your live music. That's what I'm asking you to do this weekend. Go out, support live music, and enjoy your weekend. And tell your loved ones that you love them. Love you guys.
You know what the hell you're listening to? It's EC Radio.
Never you mind what I'm making. You should spend some time taking a personal inventory of what you're doing for the betterment of society.
EC Radio.
Only on the D.
Disruption Network and First Source Federal Credit Union have teamed up to help support the Central New York Veterans Outreach Center Sunday, April 28th from noon till 4 p.m. Located at the Veterans Outreach Center, 726 Washington Street in Utica. There will be food, live entertainment, raffles, live podcasting from the D, and an appearance by Audie from the Utica Comets. We are looking for donations of clothes, non-perishable food items, furniture, toiletries, hygiene products, or a minimal cash donation of $5 at the door day of event. All ages are welcome. For more information on donation, drop-off locations, and entertainment lineup, please check out DisruptionNetwork.net. Disrupting Hunger, Sunday, April 28th, brought to you by First Source Federal Credit Union.
Tax season is here, and First Source wants to help you be prepared. Our friends at Furley, Moran, Freer, and Isa have given us some great tax tips to share. Read the blog at fsource.org for helpful answers to your tax questions and feel better prepared before you file. First Source members can also receive a discount on TurboTax software. Be ready for tax season with help from your friends. File smarter, live smarter with First Source. Membership requirements apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, baseball fans, are you counting down the days to opening day? Well, Disruption Network has you covered. The Baseline, the D's own baseball podcast, is back with Season 2 and all new episodes all season long. Sunday nights, 7:30 p.m. on the D. Get your baseball fix as JP and SPG run down the news and notes around Major League Baseball. Get fantasy tips, player rankings, team previews, interviews, and more. You can catch the Baseline and all of Disruption Network's programming by checking out DisruptionNetwork.net, Apple Podcast, Google Play, YouTube, Facebook, and Stitcher. Keep it inside the Baseline all season long, only on the D.
Hey, it's Cassidy, and you're listening to Disruption Network.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when 3 top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish, and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
The Disruption Network is making moves. For upcoming events, news, interviews, and new daily programming, keep in the loop with us at DisruptionNetwork.net. Like, follow, and subscribe to all our social media. And check out all our podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Get up on the D, DisruptionNetwork.net.